Jai Shri Mataji. Good morning, everyone. Let's all bow down to Shri Mataji, raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. We'll take Shri Ganesh Mantra. In this meditative state, we will now hear Srimataji's speech.
Though you might get your realization today, but the Kundalini has to be brought back and to be settled there. Like a little sapling, you have to look after it in the beginning. And then you absolutely become the master. I have seen people who had their realization as late as 84 or 85 are today great masters of Sahaja Yoga. It's very surprising. Now, these masters of Sahaja Yoga don't stand on their heads, don't do abnormal things. You don't have to do much jogging or anything. Your body comes to that position what you need. For example, somebody needs more water, so it's all right. Somebody doesn't need more water, it's all right. But certain kind of exercises which are needed to improve the condition of the particular chakras can be done. But the main thing is to keep the Kundalini here so that the spirit which is in your heart has a seat here, is all the time kept enlightened. That's the main job. Now the biggest problem I face today is this, that in India people are quite capable to know who is a real master and who is not. Thank God we are not so rich to throw our money for realization. So we don't have these false gurus there. They all come to Australia or to America. Wherever there is money, they are coming down. But the main problem, I don't mind, there are lots of thugs in this world, you see. Smugglers are there, it's all right. And there are many people who are cheated also. But the main thing is they attack the Kundalini. They attack the central part. I have known many people getting cancer because they have been to some gurus, because it is a psychosomatic thing. Even AIDS could be due to certain things. I had cured one fellow who was doing TM. I had cured him completely. Doctor said that he's completely cured of AIDS. But again he started going to some TM fellow, again he got it. And he died. It was in Australia. Then I gave it up. Because you get frustrated with such people. When I told him not to go to that person, particular person, then again he went down to that person. Because these people are using, all these false gurus, are using some sort of spirits to keep you bound to them. So that all that you have, your money, your properties, everything they get. Their main purpose, the honesty of purpose is that they want money. That's all. Money they can have, but they can't have money unless and until they mesmerize you or involve you into something nonsensical. I have seen people getting into trouble very much if they have had wrong gurus. And I am surprised. These gurus have given them nothing. They have taken all their money, they have taken all their wisdom, they have lost their jobs, but still they are sticking on to them like leeches. In London we have people from TM itself, I would say. There are people in London who are recluses, absolutely. They are suffering from some sort of a secret disease they can't explain. Some of the politicians are suffering, but still they are going on and on and on. And I have been telling openly about it. Nobody listens to me. It happened when I told them in 83 or 84 that this disease is going to come to America. They didn't listen to me. I told on the television from San Diego, from Los Angeles, from San Francisco, from New York. But nobody bothered about it. And today when I go there, they all say, Mother, we are in it. And you get disgusted with them because they are so much now weak that they cannot get over all those attachments they have had. Is the attack of the negative. Tremendous negativity is working out that you don't get your realization, that you don't achieve your highest. So much of negativity everywhere I find, and I just don't know how I'm going to help all of you. First of all, you must understand that all these wrong things have rendered nothing to you and nothing to anybody else. So many cases of cancer have been cured by surgery. We are making now a big file out of it. Recently, the Delhi University has given us a PhD for doctors for research in surgery. Even Cambridge may do it. There are so many doctors busy to find out how Surg Yoga has cured so many types of cancers, livers, diabetes. Already papers have been published about how the physical health of the people has improved by doing Surg Yoga. Blood pressures, tensions, all these things vanish. These Sahaja Yogis don't lead an abnormal life. They wear normal dresses, they live like normal, decent, of course decent people, not like cutting this part of the hair, that part of the hair, then putting tar on your head. The other day I said we are not hippopotamus to do all these things, you see. All sorts of abnormal things they give up. They become sensible, serene, good citizens. They have good wives. We had 71 marriages this year, and you'll be happy to know that all of them are very successful. And they have very great children born to them. Children won't be born to people who are all the time fighting among themselves, wasting their life. Only bad people will be born to them who can bear all that. But good children are born to surgeries. I am so happy to see in Melbourne, we had a very good report from the government for our schools that whatever they proclaim that they are. How many schools can do that? Though it's rather difficult here to run a private school. In all fields, Sahaja Yoga is showing good results because once a person is transformed, most of your problems will drop out. You are such a satisfied person, you will not be a dishonest politician. You will not be a dishonest preacher. You will not be a bad father, bad mother, and not arrogant children. A beautiful society is established now. In Sydney we have lots of people, in Melbourne also. Only thing is you have to come in the center, and to come in the center you have to get your Kundalini awakened, free of cost. It sounds fantastic. It sounds out of the blue, normally. But nothing so fantastic. Say for example, now you have got a TV here, but in Indian villages they have not seen the TV. Now if you take the TV there and say you can see everything, whatever is happening in the whole world, they will say, oh, what are you telling us? Stories. How can it be? Then you put it to the mains and it works. In the same way, you are made beautifully within yourself. Human beings are the greatest computers. The greatest knowledgeable things, the whole knowledge rests within them. All that is within has come out and has become the so-called knowledge, but they become the knowers. And when it happens, suddenly you find dynamic things happening. We had a boy in Portugal who was doing little pottery work. He came to Sahaja Yoga. Today he's a very big potter, earning lots of money. We had some people who were just used to paint ordinarily. They have become very great painters and earning quite a lot in your country. You just become dynamic and things work out in every way possible. In this short time, whatever is possible for the introduction I have told you, but tomorrow in details I'll tell you all that can work out with Sahaja Yoga. May God bless you all. Today being the first day, I would like to give some time for questioning. But ask sensible questions. I am not seeking votes, nor I am going for an election. Here I am to give you what you have. So don't ask questions which are aggressive. Or if you belong to some group, like the other day we had somebody from Born Again or something, they are already having trouble and he came to hit me and all that. So that sort of a thing is not needed. रुस्तम तुम आ जाओ जरा, कोई भी आ जा. ना उनको बोलो. राजेश है? राजेश? Somebody has to come, Paula. No question?
Yes, one question. Are you a guru or do you have a guru? You yourself.
Though I had no guru and I am a mother. I am not a guru. See, guru is, of course, in a way, mother is a guru all the time. She is a teacher all the time, no. But there's a big difference between a real guru and a mother. See, real guru in India will give you a real hard time. Never go near them. One fellow who came all the way from Himalayas, he told me, my guru has come here and he wants to come and meet you. They also regard me as their mother and they also respect me. So I said, all right, I'll go and see him now. So went there. So on the way he said, today my guru hanged me by a rope upside down in a well and kept me hanging there for 6 hours. And he used to dip me every time, every hour. And then he brought me up and said, now you go and call Mataji. I said, what's that? It's terrible. I mean, why is he so cruel? So I asked his guru, I said, what do you mean by treating him like this? You have no business. Why do you treat him? He's a seeker. He said, do you know, he was smoking. Smoking he's doing at this time, what will happen to him? Why should I give him realization? So I said, what's the problem with his realization? So he went inside. The guru just got angry, went inside. I said, what's the matter with you? He said, my Agya Chakra is catching and my guru says that nobody opened my Agya Chakra for 10 years and I'm not going to open your Agya Chakra. I said, why? I just come here. 1 minute I opened his Agya Chakra, he got his realization. So he came out, the guru. He said, that's mother. That's not a guru, that's a mother. She can do it, not me. Who opened my Agya Chakra? Like that, you see. They are terrible. They take you to task. So don't go near a real guru. They will not take any money or anything. They'll take you to task. It's better take your Sahaja Yoga and become yourself a guru of your own. And no use asking questions about me. It doesn't help much. Better know yourself. I'm here for you to know yourself. You know yourself, then you know me better, isn't it? It's just a thing.
How do you stop being sad about things? Sometimes it is very hard.
Sometimes?
It's very hard to stop being sad.
sad. Because you are very left-sided, that's why you are sad. If I bring you in the center, you will be joy, and a source of joy too. Something gone wrong with the machine, you see. Supposing something goes wrong with this machine, it will make funny noises. Supposing I am an expert mechanic, I can correct it, then it's flowing all right. Please get up, please. We can't hear you, sir. Yes, please, sir.
You talked about curing people, and you haven't said very much about prevention of diseases. I would have thought you would have said something about beekeeping as a possible
You have talked to us about the curing of diseases. You have not mentioned so much about the prevention of diseases or the causes of them.
You see, you don't get diseases at all after realization. So there's no need to work out much of prevention. After realization, you don't pay any bills to the doctor. So the preventions are not needed. But in certain things, like say supposing somebody is a liver patient. Now in Sahaja Yoga we have two types of livers. Say we have one liver which is a lethargic liver and another one which is a active liver, supposing somebody has. Then we tell them as to the change of diet for some time, for both the things. Different diets they have, just the opposite. And once they come to normal conditions, then they have to give up their dieting, then they are all right. So the prevention is not much needed, because you become such a different person that you are not tempted to do something that is not good, normally. And I don't think Sahaja Yogis normally get sick except for some adamant one. The other one, we had one here in Adelaide, I think there was a boy, a very nasty type of a boy. And he was keeping 3 dogs and he would put his tongue into their mouths and just like a very horrid satanic type. See, he would not listen to us, he was just trying to trouble us. And then he got some troubles because he used to jump with them and do all kinds of things. And then he got some sort of a trouble. We can't help it because he never listened to us and he troubled us a lot. So precautions are like, say, some ladies say are very dominating to their husband, say, or a husband is very dominating to the wife. That also causes problems. But gradually they become very sensible and understand their role as husband and wife. So the problem disappears. Can be very serious problems. If the husband is very dominating, or say he's a flirtish type of a man, or he goes about with other women, or he keeps the woman in a very, in a suspense all the time, or in jealousies and things like that, then she can develop a cancer of the breast. For that, we cannot cure the husband, because if husband is not in Sahaja Yoga, what to do? So we make the woman so strong, she doesn't feel anything about it. She doesn't bother herself like that. You become, you see, you do not have reactionary nature. You become yourself something. You are not no more a reactionary. So there is not too much prevention needed because you are so strong. You don't need much prevention. But if it is needed, we tell them. For example, now somebody is smoking too much in the room, smoking room or something. There, of course, we feel that we should at least cover our face with something to get the smoke in, because they become sensitive also to all these things. But not too much of preventions, because you become very different. Your temptations are different and you just don't worry about all these things which ruin you. Now you jump, say, 2 belts are going, I always feel like that. One going towards destruction, one towards construction. You jump from this to the construction side. So gradually you move towards construction. Yes, please. Yes.
First one, how should we meditate? And secondly, is the grace of God needed for realization?
Two questions. How should we meditate? And second question, is the grace of God needed for realization?
It's the grace of God.
Needed for realization.
Of course. Without God, how can you work out? It's all His work. But you see, if you take the name of God, half people will run away. People don't like that name these days, very bad. The one who is our Creator, the one who loves us so much. We don't know Him, that's why. When you know Him, you will know how far we are away from Him. That's why I take the name of divine or divinity because caution. As he said, we should take precautions. That's how I take precaution not to say. And how to meditate, that I'll tell you little later. All right? That's a very good question. Is God and God, nothing else. Yes, please. Will you get up, please?
If you're too far right or too far left, how can you pull yourself into the center without any help? Just can't understand it. See?
Alex. If you're too far to the left or to the right, how can you bring yourself to the center without any help?
Well, that is the thing you have to learn a little bit, that's all. That's something you have to learn, and that I'll tell you how to do it. All right? Now what else?
You're talking about the TM people before. The same technique TM is that, or just the people
I'm sorry, sir. The question is that, could you please repeat it again? About the young people and TM?
No, I'm saying, the mother was talking about TM and how they take the money.
Ah, money.
But I was wondering if the technique of TM bad as well.
You talked about TM.
Yes,
and they're
yes.
taking away the money. Is the technique bad, or what is wrong with it?
Technique is bad and money is bad. And I'm warning you against it again and again. Be careful about it. You'll end up as recluses, you'll end up with some epilepsy, you'll end up with some troubles. I'm warning you before all of you. And if they want, they can prosecute me for that. I can prove it. Yes.
Mother, you said that we ourselves are spirits. Is that a reincarnated spirit? Or are we here for a bit of life?
You have said that we are the spirit. Is this the reincarnated spirit?
No, no, no. You see, when I said you are the spirit is the one that resides in your heart, which is the reflection of God Almighty. All right? Now, that is the one who witnesses us, sees us. He is not in our attention. He is not in our attention. But when we become the spirit, he comes in our attention. And then what happens that our attention gets enlightened. In the sense that sitting here you can feel about anyone, what's wrong with this. Like the gentleman asked about TM. Now, he doesn't know whether it is good or bad. But if he gets realized, immediately he will know how horrible it is. Because he'll start getting blisters on his fingers.
Do the herbicides and pesticides and other such chemicals, do they destroy our body?
Which
The herbicides, the pesticides that are used in growing of food.
as they, you see, but so that is true, they do. Now say, for example, I would say the way we use these medicines and pesticides and all those things, they definitely are very strong, no doubt about it. But once you are a realized soul, you can fight them, not so difficult. I would say now hybrid food itself, you see, is a very, I don't think is a very good thing to have. Now how we get rid of these pesticides and these things is very simple in India. We have experimented with it. And what we have found out very nicely is this, that when you use your vibrations or you use the vibrated water, then if you use it on the non-hybrid seeds, which cannot germinate much, then what happens? That those things which are non-hybrid produce better results than the hybrid. Now, if you are a realized soul, all right, you use vibrated water, or if you go round your fields, you don't need pesticides, pests will go away. They just disappear because they understand vibrations. Animals understand vibrations much more than human beings.
We'll take the three Maha Mantras.
Shri
Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. We thank you, Shri Mataji, for this beautiful collective morning meditation. Let's all bow down to Shri Mataji, raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. We'll join again tomorrow at the same time for the collective morning meditation. Jai Shri Mataji.